We are live right now at this point.
What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, your home for personal development tips, sports news, music, and more. We are back in the building, guys. Episode 62. We're your host for the evening, as always. I'm Steve Ushler. Joining on the other side, he's the other half of the Locked In Podcast. What's up, brother? My man,
What's up? This is G-Money right here, man. G-Mac. aka G-Mac 88 and aka George, the friend from Philly, the friend you don't need. What's going on, man? What's going on?
I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, no, we're back with you guys, episode 62. Crazy 62 episodes, but more importantly, 2 days away from Christmas and a little over a week away from New Year's. Guys, the roads are crazy. So if you're out there right now and you're watching us while driving, we appreciate the support, but focus on the roads, guys, because it is crazy out there. I think you just came in from out there, and I did as well, man. And it's just it's been the roads are crazy. I mean, it's expected. We're 1 day away from Christmas Eve, 2 days from Christmas. And guys, as you guys saw in the promotions on Facebook and Instagram, tonight's episode is going to be about societal pressure and how to live life on your own terms. We're gonna hop into it really quickly, guys. But before that, we're gonna play our brief intro. And then I'll let George, you can kick us off after that brief intro. So let's hop into it.
We can do it.
All right, guys. All right, George. I'll let you do some talking points, man. Before we even hop into it tonight, guys. I just wanted to say I know it is 2 days from Christmas. Last year, what did we do? A Christmas episode, right? And it was our only actual podcast that was flagged, man, because of what was it, like music or copyright issues?
Copyrights the music or something like that. We had a situation, and next thing you know, it was there. I think we got it somewhere still, I believe, like archived, pre-recorded, but you can't see it online. It's just like only we can see
it. Yeah, we can see it on our end. Yeah, we can see it on our end in the YouTube studio, but nobody else can because we were shut that episode. So 60, that's not bad. I mean, 62 episodes. We had one that was shut down due to copyright. But so that's what we said. Instead of doing like a Christmas episode and trying to do something like that again, and with risk of that happening, we decided to just keep it on rolling with a personal development topic. Actually, this was George's idea tonight, but I did try to stay a little bit festive with a little Christmas sweater. It's like a little Buddy the Elf Christmas sweater anyway.
Yeah, man.
But,
not much for me. I don't know what my Christmas hat is. It's here somewhere, you know what I mean? But
yeah, man, I know you're busy, bro, so you were running all over the place. But so
I was doing a lot today. I was running all over the place today. I had a good day. Nothing aggy, but felt a little in the morning. It felt a little tired. You know what I mean? Just like woke up kind of late, but I also worked the other night. You know what I mean? So 2 nights ago I worked very late, so it's been a little rough. I woke up really early yesterday though. I got a lot done yesterday too. So these 3 days before Christmas have been very productive, and that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here right now.
Hey man, career growth,
guys. That goes Mike.
Career growth, gym gains. Yeah, what's up, Mike? What is going on?
We got to do a lot, man. We got a lot to do right now. Yo, there's a lot to talk about, to be honest, today. I don't know how much time we're really going to have. You may stay a few minutes after or may not. Well, we'll kind of decide there, Steve. But definitely touch up on a few things because, I mean, it's like some stuff we got to mention a little later, bro. We cannot ignore all this entertainment shit, bro. We'll get to it in a second, but we'll get to our main topic too. But did you hear what Jay-Z was saying, bro? He said that like no one can see, absolutely touch him, and no one can stand with him in verses. That's a big one. That's a big statement,
Wait, who said that?
Jay-Z. He said no one can see him or stand next to him in verses. It's just like
that's wild. That's wild. I don't know, man. He might be capping, but
we'll get into it.
Well, we'll hop into that, but we'll stay.
Yeah, we'll just kind of like spend a little time and not too much. Just want to like get like some people's ideas and possibly if anybody wants to call in or call us personally, or just text us. You know what I mean? We could definitely mention it as well and talk about the whole debate, or not debate, but like the the topic for today, the conversation. Which is well, the depression and just kind of not the depression, pressure and basically how pressure can create depression and societal, sort of like standards or what they think are standards, how they kind of pressure us and push us and and just like create that space where we got to do what they say, but in reality, people kind of could, do things a little differently,
Facts.
So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
See the comment as well. Mike said, I appreciate the gift card, guys. Yeah, Mike got a Dunkin' Donuts $5 gift card from us today on the giveaway. So, yeah, congratulations, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, no problem, man. It's a pleasure to help you, right? We appreciate you guys playing the game. A lot of guys, ask us about questions, want to get freebies and all that, but there's only one way to get it, guys. Just play that, play the game, basically. You got to do is, tag some people, go on our page, check the content. It's actually pretty easy. And the first people get the giveaway. We put some bread aside for this, Steve. We do what to do, took care of everything. And it's been long, too, because you actually start working and thinking about this in like late October, November. You've been thinking about this.
Yeah. I know me and you.
It wasn't like right away on the spot like that,
Yeah, I know me and you kind of discussed it, and then when we had that little our little monthly meeting that we usually do, we'll usually meet at a coffee shop or meet at my crib or whatever, and we'll do our monthly meeting. We discussed it, so yeah, I'm happy to. We're always happy, for the support, guys, and happy to just give back to you guys, ultimately. So it's just our way of just like the page, follow the page, and then tag 3 people. So you guys did your part. You guys got rewarded for it. So ultimately, yes, sir.
Got some done, John DeMarco.
So George, do you want to kick it off tonight? I know, topic societal pressure, right? Friends and family can put societal pressure. We can put pressure on ourselves. I know
Everybody puts pressure, bro.
I know we bash social media on here a lot. Social media is not terrible.
We are social media, yet we're social media. So
yeah,
it's kind of what it is. Look, bro. It's not about like being a double standard world or thing. Thing is that social media can be good, but it also can be very detrimental. And we kind of covered some of the more negative aspect than addictive. I want to use the word addictive aspects, but by no means is social media all bad. Then again, pressure can happen from many things, bro. And social media can create depression, but it can also create some good things. Sometimes you can see things, you get inspired. You can post something. You can check what's going on. It's entertainment, right? But it's also a little overdone. Like we do it so much. It's kind of like, we smoke weed. People do it too much sometimes, but we all got to smoke it sometimes, Or, entertainment. You watch a lot of shows. You probably have the stuff you might not need, but it can still give you some perspective in life. And, it's kind of like, a little like essential in a way. I mean, in today's world, social media is essential, but you don't always necessarily need it all the time. And you should definitely know how to balance that out. That's what we say a lot. We preach to, So,
it's important, man. It's important. Balance is critical, bro. I mean, without it, what are we without it?
Exactly. So, having said that, bro, I say that to say this, or say this to say that. Basically, with today's topic, man, again, it kind of does connect to what we just said, and it's basically pressure, bro. And we gotta kind of take a look at, because it's a very broad term, So like, what is really pressure in society or societal pressure? We can all kind of agree that it's like, kind of like when you go by like the when you go by like the standards, the guidelines, if you will, the rules sort of a culture, of a society, you know what I mean, of like a community, or whatever, like you are. And it's kind of like how, again, society, and how all these sort of like communities, and all these different like groups of of people, or who you're around, is how they perceive things, because they go by the standard, sort of like societal rules, that, oh well, you got to do this, but go to college and do this and do that, finish school, you get a job right away, you got to get married, you should be married this way, you should do this, no, they shouldn't be done that. And sometimes, although I agree with a lot of stuff that to be said, I say in a sort of vague way, but I agree with a lot of stuff. A lot of times, I think sometimes you got to kind of be you and do you, and not worry about what society says. Be you, but not necessarily try to fit in, but try to be, sort of like accepting, and be like, be a decent human being, do what you got to do. But okay, so what? You finish school, go back to school, take 10 years off and build a business, then go back to school. Don't just do it how everybody else is kind of taught, or just kind of shown how to do it, but no one's really showing you. Like, for example, we have a lot of, stuff in college we learned that you might not need, but stuff that you really need, they don't show you in college. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother debate and combo.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole thing is, I know it's vague, but I'm a person that, when I was younger, that would try to, I want everything quick. And that's the thing, like anything worth having, I know that this is cliche as hell. Yeah. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to put the work in. But when it comes to like pressure, we see things just like you said, other people are getting married around you. You're like, damn, I got to get married now. I got to, like, if you're a guy or you're a girl, women, feel pressure to have kids because, they have a certain clock, right? A biological clock, or at least, like there's usually a certain age where they can have kids. Some women are exceptions, obviously, like, damn, I got to have kids now. Could lead them to have kids with the wrong person. Men see, okay, I got to get married now. A bunch of my friends are getting married. You could wind up marrying the wrong person. Could be financially disastrous in the long run. Other people see, like, certain people work certain careers. A lot of times you see people's big pictures, but you don't understand like the work that it took to get there. Nothing is going to come quick. It's when you're really seeing what other people are doing and it feels like you're pushing yourself along, understand that it needs to be for you, something you want to do, because we get societal pressure from our friends, they're like our family. And I was actually listening to a podcast earlier. One of my guys on YouTube that I follow, he was talking about when he dropped out of college he was in college, he graduated, got a job as a software engineer. He actually left that job to become a personal trainer. And when he did that, to start a YouTube channel too, his friends and his family are like, dude, you're nuts. In a year, you're going to be making 6 figures.
You good.
In a year, you're going to be making 6 figures. And yeah, they were like, you're crazy, dude. You're throwing money out the door. Now, while it took him time to build his YouTube channel and to, I would say, personal training, he's a fitness guy now. He's releasing a supplement brand now. He actually has a fitness app, man. It was $50,000 to build up front. He had to use German manufacturing. Get what he wanted, but it's one of the best fitness apps on the market now. It's called the Beastly app. And the guy's name, by the way, if you guys want to look him up, his name is David De Las Morenas. His YouTube channel is How to Beast. So shout out to him. He's got over 1 million subscribers on there. I followed him from the beginning, since when he started, which was like 5 or 6 years ago. But the guy, literally, it took him time to build that channel. So it was you're gonna have to, but he does what he loves now. So that's a critical thing. Like, he's like, as a software engineer, that wasn't what I wanted to do, and family and stuff kind of pushed him that direction. He found out early that wasn't what he wanted to do. And he's like, I don't want to work in a career that, I'm not going to like for the rest of my life. I had a similar situation with a job that was paying me well out of college. And I know I've talked about it before, but guys, just make sure that what you're doing, and that's the whole thing with pressure, is for you. Because if you're living somebody else's life, if you're living what your friends want you to do, and they don't support what you want to do, well, then you need to drop them as friends. You can still be friends with them from a distance, but it's going to be hard to have people in your circle that are putting down what you want to do. You have like-minded individuals around you who are willing to grow and willing to build. And if you, I mean, your parents, you obviously can't cut your parents out. I mean, you could, but I mean, the thing about it is like that's obviously a little bit harder, right? Because they're your parents. You just need to just keep on plugging, and it's tough. You know, parents will, constantly go at you. I've had it on mine, not as much maybe as like some other cultures, but it happens. It happens for sure. And I know that you and Marius can probably. I know Mario like has talked about it. Like, can probably relate. A shout out to my boy Mario.
He has
on gift card today. But can you relate a little bit? Can you relate a little bit to that, like familial wise, like the pressure from like family?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like you said, our boy Mario can relate to it. I can as well. Other friends of mine, my man Chris and my one friend, his name is Orguest. I think he does watch our podcast, although I'm not even sure if he's really in the, in the one of the groups in there, on Facebook. But my guys and all that, and they're telling me something that like sometimes, bro, these certain families do, like you get a certain age, and it's like they don't pressure you to move out, but it's like they want you to kind of get together, to get a family, but like stay there too. Or sometimes they will pressure you to move out sometime, and the person might not want to move out, or they might not move out on their own terms, but there's a pressure. You gotta get a better job. You gotta, contribute, which is cool. I'm not saying everybody should contribute, but I mean now it's like the stakes are higher. Now Mom Dukes might be like, okay, well you got to give me 700 now. Now no more 500, 600 too little to live here. You got to get pressure to go to school, get a job, and you might not want to go to school right away. You might want to take 2 years, but sometimes they don't see that, and sometimes it be that way. Yeah, that kind of pressure definitely happens, and that's one of the things I'm glad you brought up because I do want to talk about this, but also like kind of like pressure again from your parents who sometimes go by the book, which we call like society and what the school system, the what I'm saying, the institutions say, the school, the system, society, community, blah blah, all these terms, all these people, whatever, all these organizations and all that, whatever they say, it's kind of like it's almost like it's the the rule, the way, but it's not the way. There's more than just that. I mean, there's also like kind of following your path and your dreams.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're not following what you
don't always go by the book.
Yeah, it's like I said, man. If you're not following what you want to do, you're never ever going to be happy. Why live someone else's dream? If your parents are eventually going to die, right? I mean, we all die. We're all going to die. Your parents, I mean, unless something fatal happens to you, which definitely could happen. It's life. You could die before your parents, but the odds are, right, your parents are probably going to die before you. What happens when like you're living somebody else's life and then they die, and then it's like, okay, this isn't even my life that I'm living. It's just you're never going to be happy. You're going to feel stressed. You're going to be upset. Why live with negative energy your entire life doing something that you don't want to do? Money's great and all, but money will not buy you happiness. Money is very, very important.
Money come back, bro. Happiness will come back.
When you do, I know I say it all the time. When you do stuff you love, the money comes. You can make money no matter what. You can always do something you love. Like I know, for an example, like teaching always isn't like the most expensive thing. Isn't always like the it's a rewarding career, but a lot of teachers don't make enough money, and I always advocate the teacher should make more money. But here's the thing: you can always set up side hustles where you're making passive income, and that's why
very true.
I'm such a big advocate on passive income. And we're actually when we get some of my guys on here, we'll talk like real estate investing. And I know Rob talks real estate investing a lot. Like my boy Rob. Rich actually knows him as well. Rich is actually probably watching this right now. That's actually Rich's boy, and I met him.
Mitchell. Yeah,
Rich. So shout out to Rich.
What up, Rich?
Yeah, what up, Rich? I think Rich is watching right now. I met him through Rich actually, but like there you go, perfect example. He's in real estate investing. He's young. He started early. And when you get rental properties underneath yourself, passive income is important. But I'm not going to go on a whole tangent about passive income today because that's not what we're talking about. But like I said, you can always do things to make money. It's just about being strategic, sitting down, taking the time to learn, and just doing the work. You can always do things on the side, even if the career that you love doesn't necessarily always pay well. Don't just do stuff. And I know, money, you need to be able to pay your bills, but the thing about it is like don't work for the rest of your life in a position or with a career that you're not gonna actually enjoy. It's okay to do that. You sacrifice, you make that money now. As long as you're not going to do that for the rest of your life, you can sacrifice and be a little bit miserable short term, but don't long term live somebody else's dream. Never
That's
do
very
that.
true, bro. If I could just intervene for a second, don't live somebody else's life. Steve is pretty much saying, and also like hypothetically speaking, we're just kind of exaggerating, thinking down the line, like it's a guy out there, right? Whatever you're a guy. This guy X. You work hard, you go to college, you please your parents, you do what you gotta do. You marry, your parents even accept you like you love, and that's a point. But you do your thing, you move on. The thing
Rich.
is, there's something you'll do, and will keep you behind. You might regret it later, and again, you're gonna be like, your parents. I'm going to be gone, and assuming like I said, everything goes well. Usually your parents, you have to leave them. You be after them again. When don't be like, okay, well now, I don't have parents. I do what I want to do. Nah, you can do what you want to do.
Yo,
Even before, but you gotta know how to like talk to your parents, and what I mean. You gotta also know how to understand how to like sort of like
exactly.
get your parents to be on your side a little bit. It's not rocket science, bro, but it can be very crazy, and sometimes not communicating with your parents or just keeping a grudge. They keep a grudge against you, and you leave. That could be detrimental, like keeping grudges and all that, or getting in arguments again because of the pressure and these guidelines society puts that they're not always necessarily right. Now society says fits your life or fits my life. That's the thing too.
Exactly. And this was actually Rich's comment down below. We were just
Yo, bro.
this is actually Rich's comment down below. It
Oh,
says
that's Rich.
he
Shout out
said
to
my
Rich.
pops put mad pressure. Yeah, he said
My
my,
man,
my,
Rich.
my pops put mad pressure on me. To kind of, and I had to kind of zone him out to stay true to myself as an adult. Absolutely, man. And
Time to read some
being
emails
upfront, man,
and some super chats.
being upfront, upfront, man, like yeah, no, to be honest, like my parents, my communication with my parents has improved over the years, but I'm going to be honest, my parents sometimes just aren't always the easiest people to talk to. Being completely transparent and honest, they're not always the easiest people to talk to. And sometimes your parents are just going to, it's like talking to a brick wall. They like, you try to sit down and talk to them and they're going to think their way no matter what. So that's the one thing. It's like, if you are gonna raise kids and stuff, always be open minded. Don't ever shut your kids out, or like don't ever like
Yeah,
you should always be able to
yeah, I agree.
communicate. You should always be able to communicate with your parents. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's not always the case. It's hard to communicate with some people because if they don't love themselves or they're not doing, maybe they worked in a career that they didn't like, and they lived a life that they didn't want to live, and now they're resentful for their life, and it's tough to talk to people
Right.
sometimes, man. Rich,
Exactly what it is.
I absolutely feel you, bro. And I'm happy that you are true to yourself as an adult. You're one of the realest people, man. You're definitely a really, really, real dude. So keep it that way, man. I love your energy, bro. I know you're all about God, man, and positivity. I love that about you, bro. So keep it up, man. Stay
What's
true to
up?
you.
Keep it up, my man.
And then
Stay true to you.
Mike commented down below as
Read some
well.
more comments.
Yup, that's right. I learned that the hard way. Absolutely, Mike. I know you've been through a hell of a lot, man. A hell of a lot. Knowing you,
Yeah, Mike.
from when we were kids, man. You've gone through a ton of shit, bro. So I give props to you, man. Now you have your own family, bro. And we all deal with issues, but man, you're a father of 2 kids, man, and that's great, bro. Yeah, facts. I lost my mom and my dad. My dad is a piece of shit. Yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, just keeping it real. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, man. Here's the thing, man. Just don't let what he did
right,
to
the
you
negativity.
ever like harp over you. It's okay to have your
Over
opinion
his grudges and all. Yeah.
man, but yeah, that's it's completely warranted, man. The stuff you went through, bro. You went through a lot of stuff, man, and I know from just knowing you, bro, and hearing the stuff that you've gone through. I give mad props to you, brother.
Yeah,
It's
definitely,
difficult.
man.
Just don't, obviously, the toughest thing we can do for people, right, is to forgive, right? Forgive, and then like we'll never forget, right? You always remember what they did, but or did or weren't there for you or didn't do, but just the toughest thing we can do is forgive and just to move forward and be a better person, be a better father, Mike, than he ever was to you, bro. And that's the thing.
Definitely.
That you got your own kids
Yeah.
and just be a better father than he ever was. And that's the best thing you can possibly do. And that's great, bro. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
appreciating
man.
all the comments tonight, guys. This is a really relatable topic. So shout out to all you guys commenting tonight and everything.
Appreciate the emails, guys, and the comments.
Getting some text too. Yeah, it's the people who are
Yeah.
texting me. Comment inside so we can share your comments on the screen.
Yeah, bro. That's what I have to say. We appreciate the feedback, guys, and keep tuning in, watching, liking. We're trying to get this thing going on and off the ground and all that. Again, we appreciate the connection and the sort of like the friction and you guys, sort of like engagement. And also, those that don't know, man, people really be sleeping on us because people been asking me and hitting me up on IG on, asking funny stuff, questions that don't need to be asked, slick stuff. But yo, if you guys think it's BS, the analytics don't lie, man. And we don't put our analytics out there like that for certain reasons. But trust me, they've been a lot better than some guys think, man. So because somebody asked me about like the views, one of the last episodes, I told him, he's like, oh, okay, he was surprised more than anything. But those people that didn't have faith, man, you keep watching, man. All we do, we don't get mad. We just show you guys what it is, Trust me, the analytics are up there. The analytical part, the algorithm, we help us, stay focused and we got to talk about it and do it. We never get out of line. We always speak the truth. But we had some wild episodes too, and crazy is going on. Cats jumping on tables, what I'm saying? People yelling in the background. But you know what I mean? People talking shit in the background, people, sometimes maybe not feeling it or, maybe like feel some kind of way on the comment section, even disliking our content. It happens, there's gonna be some haters, but
it's completely fine if you guys, it's completely fine if you guys don't like or whatever. I mean, like, I'll be honest, man. Like, people like to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. But hey, I appreciate all feedback. Here's the thing: if you come with negative feedback, say on something that you don't like,
yeah, right.
Improve. That's how I always say it. Like, if you got negative feedback, don't just name call or whatever. If you got negative feedback is warranted, say why, and then what we can improve on. That's all I'm for. Like negative or positive comments, we welcome it all, and we can face it. So whatever you guys want to comment. We're not. I know that there's something going on with our Facebook page, and I'm not sure what it was, but like it was saying against community standards and stuff. I'll be honest, we don't report any comments, guys. I'm not sure what goes on with the settings, but I've been trying to look into it and see what's going on. It's like Facebook that does it. We don't report. Yeah. I've never reported a comment.
Me neither. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't understand who reported a comment. Something about
it's been a couple people that have reached out to me about it, so I'm not sure what's going on. But
yeah, we gotta look into that. That's actually one of the things. We'll talk more behind the scenes. We don't want to say too much right now, Steve. But it's just like something about on my page. I looked at the guidelines there, and my page. I did this thing where, and this is not the topic. I mean the podcast page. We're talking about the our personal accounts. If you go in your account, there's some kind of like almost like a spyware, bro. You gotta shut them off and stay off because there's the ones that report all the small things. Like, I don't know, say you put a funny video off a basketball player playing against like LeBron and Lakers, and he busts his ass, he falls, and then say like water falls and a small kid gets hurt, right? Not hurt, but like he falls, and it's funny. Somebody can just report it, be like, oh, because they're being too sensitive. So when you take these things off, they don't actually report content that some people might find sort of like a little like offensive, but in reality, it's more like just like it's just a little funny, or at times maybe a little unfortunate because we live in an age where everybody gets offended at everything. So that's probably what it is. It's probably something like a small technical issue with Facebook, and we took care of it, and we're trying to take care of it. But I mean, I don't understand who reported a comment because I mean, neither one of us had ever reported anything, and I don't think any viewers or longtime supporters of ours or people that tune in have ever really reported or got pissed off at a comment. So I mean, nothing was ever said here like the bad. So
exactly, man. We don't got time for it. It's Facebook, man. And you know what? Ain't nobody got time for that, to be honest. So
we what I mean? Like I said, man, we do what we do, man. I mean, we got time for the bullshit, but we also don't have time for the bullshit, so we gotta do what we gotta do. I mean, we're growing, and like I said, man, again, it all kind of connects to this, even with Facebook, for example. That's also like pressure. They pressure you to be careful what you gotta say. It's okay to censor yourself, just don't go, crazy and change your whole mindset and backtrack everything you said. That's when, copy please, the same bullshit, Be true to yourself, see the things you gotta say, but just don't be really offensive, especially on some platforms where you might want to, sort of like watch your mouth a little, hold your tongue, so to speak. Let's,
we can take it, but guys, but like some people just say stuff is like just
some people just can't take anything, So
they like to be the social media trolls and social media clowns. So it's just, yeah. Hey, it is what it is. Back to the topic.
Yeah. So man. What we're saying basically, yeah, man. Society and a lot of jobs, institutions do have guidelines and rules, and so one thing to respect that, it's cool. But then there's some like unwritten rules, or almost like unwritten spoken rules you just gotta follow because they say that. And again, everybody has their own path, so it might differ. You can go a little by what society says, but you also gotta like be your own man and just move out sometime. Say fuck it, make money, have a nice job, and move out. If you have somebody out there, go to Utah, California, live there for a little. You can always come back to Philly. I mean, as long as what I mean, you have like where to go and a house and a job.
It's always that's a very good point, man.
Like, don't follow what everybody says.
Speaking, I like that you said you can always come back to stuff. And doors will always open back up. So that's what, man, that's actually perfect. Actually, what I was going to align with, the guy I said I follow on YouTube, David De Las Morenas. He said his mindset when he left his software engineering job was, I could always come back to it. I got a college degree in it. I always come back to it. Like, whatever. If I don't ever take this leap, I'll never know. Why not being the biggest decision he ever made? Now the guy's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He generates income through his clothing company, Edge Lifestyle. he generates money through real estate investing, and he generates money through his Beastly app. And now he's going to be starting a supplement line too. This is tons of ways of passive income, man. And if he had gone to that software engineering job, he would have never, ever changed his mindset. It's important, man. It's important. Take leaps, guys. Do what you want to do. Your parents might not understand. Your friends might not always understand. But you have to do what's right for you. Societal pressure comes in all shapes and forms. Actually, some of the questions, that they say, I actually posted it in the promo. Like parents will say, "Oh, look at so and so's getting married. When are you getting married? When are you having kids?"
that's the typical one, bro. That's exactly. I was waiting for you to say that. Yep.
When you gonna give me grandchildren? When are you gonna this? And then they'll be like, "Oh, so and so's got that nice car. Oh, so and so just bought that house. When are you gonna move out of that? When you gonna
what they say? Yep.
When you gonna get a brand new car? When you gonna move out of that dingy apartment and get yourself a nice house?" Like, people go, "Oh, so and so's got all that money." Like they like to compare. Parents like to do it a lot. They like to compare to other people our age and stuff.
They do it all the time.
Yeah. Here's the thing: like some of the most successful people, they don't even talk about it. Like it's just like you could be saving money. Here's the thing: living in that dingy apartment, driving that old beat up car, and just you could have a bigger goal in mind. I get it if you're being reckless and stuff, but like not everybody always knows. Like you might have a certain dream and you're trying to save up for something big, and you're trying to make some silent moves behind the scenes. People will judge you from what they see. They'll be like, "Oh, the flashy items that you have. If you're not," people just like to compare. They like to put pressure on you, but they don't always know what's going on behind the scenes. They don't always know what you're trying to do. And like, they might not understand it. They'll be like, "Well, I want you to be a doctor or a lawyer." You've heard that one a lot, right? Like, I know not just Indian families, but just tons of like, there's families where people come from like backgrounds of like educated, family members where they're like, "Oh, I want you to be a doctor or a lawyer." Well, here's the thing. Don't be a doctor or a lawyer if you don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Don't study your ass off in school.
Don't study your ass off, and then you're not exactly going to fall through. But also, don't put the pressure to even start if you really don't feel like doing that. Although they're two really prestigious and honorable, respectful jobs, respectful and respectable, you know what I mean? But yeah, don't do that. I mean, maybe not lawyer or a doctor, but maybe you might be like I don't know. I mean, it's similar to a lawyer, but like, I don't know, a journalist, a district attorney, you know what I mean? Somebody does work with the court system, but not a lawyer per se, you know what I mean? You can study international law, you can study politics even, you're a politician, and every just because your family has a job doesn't mean you have to follow. You could be like a sports coach, you could be like a sports agent and work for like the Eagles and the Sixers and the, big teams up there, Miami Heat, the Lakers, the Rams. Like you make money, bro, with the Flyers. I know a guy who works for the Flyers, and my cousin works for the Sixers. Now he's not like a big time position, but he still gets free tickets and he has access to the games. So
hey, as long as he's doing what he loves, man, and that's cool. That's cool to be a part of an organization cool job, like that. I know I've got James could harp on it because James. That's cool. That's cool. You worked for the Eagles. You gotta make your moves, if you remember, that was a while ago. I think it was like episode 12. So wow, like 50 episodes ago. James came on, and when he did talk about his time at the NFL, what he had said is he had a really, really good job out of college. It was a high-paying job for a big firm, and he left to go to the NFL as an intern. He wasn't even getting paid. His parents were like, "What are you doing? Like, you're gonna turn down this job at this firm to go work for the NFL, and you're not making any money?" What he saw was the platform. He's like, the NFL. If I do well here, this could open up so many doors for me. And he said he never ever once looked back, and he never regretted it. Here's the thing: he showed up to work not dressed as an intern. When people saw him, they thought he had something to do with the team. He dressed like he was an owner. He dressed like he was management. People would see him and they'd be like, "Oh, who's this guy?" Like not knowing, because the interns would come in jeans and t-shirts. James was coming in fitted suits, customized suits to work. And they were like, "Who is this guy?" He was dressing for the job he wanted, not the job he had. That's an important thing. And a lot of people, that's actually a popular saying, but dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. So that's the thing. Like he showed up, he took a leap, and I'm paying off for him, man. I can't probably, and I know James could say this too. How many connections do you think James? It's priceless, probably the amount of connections.
Must have met a lot of people, right?
Through the NFL, tons. Hollis was on. Hollis Thomas, former defensive tackle, was on a few episodes. He knows James. Yeah,
he knows James pretty well.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, it's just.
the connection you can make, bro. Even me working a job like that. How do you think I met Hollis working his job here? Who actually happens to know James, and I know James through you, and I met you years ago. Like I know you for a long time now. Like it's crazy how the cycle works, bro. And sometimes you gotta go against what you hear, the naysayers, the your old school Aunt Sally, and she's just thinking like the old way. Oh, go to college, Sometimes your parents, even sometimes grandparents, and I'm not saying don't listen to them. That's not what we're saying at all. The best thing is to please your parents, grandparents, and your people in your family a little. But you gotta always also reflect what you want to do and be a little bit aligned. That what you want to do is what you need to do, and what fate is in store for you, what God is in store for you, what you really want to do, bro, and what you also end up doing. That's a blessing. It's a gift, And also what you need to do, because sometimes you want to do something and it's probably not really for you, but you think you're gonna do it, but it's really what you need to do at the time. Like get another degree, get passive income, income from home, plan some stuff, plan some trips, hang out with some people that are boss that can show you around. Go to a game, go play golf sometimes, you know what I mean? Don't just stay home and just spend time on your phone or on a computer all day. Or it is good to do that too. It's cool, or even read books a little, but not all day though. You got to go out there and try new things, and be open-minded. I think sometimes the pressure can stop you from being open-minded, from being the best version of yourself, because it goes by something else created to say a certain thing. Again, it's just this, the pressures and the sort of like the guidelines and just a lot of the control that that like society holds. You know what I mean? People that go by the book too much, by the job force, whether it's church or some communities like that, or involved in church. I'd rather stay away from a lot of these communities and societies, but I just do my own thing, bro. I do understand society high functions, but I don't really engage too much. I want to just be independent,
Yeah, no hating on communities of religion.
Not at all.
A lot of times
they do good things, and they actually speak the truth too, society.
Yeah. And then there's the other side of it. Can be cult-like. You gotta be careful there.
Yeah,
because a lot of times things do come off as cults, man. You gotta be very careful of like who you follow, and like that's what I said. Anybody who doesn't like want you to live according to their standard, that's toxic, because it's not. You see it a lot of times with parents wanting their kids to be star athletes because maybe they didn't do that as they were kids. You see that all the time, right? In sports, they're like, oh, they want their kid to live through that. They're like, okay, well, I didn't do this when I was a kid, so I want my kid to be like that, even though the kid don't want to do it.
Exactly. To add on to that, bro, you could also might have been somebody that's even like somewhat of a soccer player or basketball player or athlete or singer or anything occupation, football player or whatever, and you want your kid to also do that. The kid might not do it, but you push him, and sometimes he helps. Sometimes the kid might get good or become that too, but not like the father, the mother, whatever the case may be, or they might even become even better. Like a lot of, like, for example, Michael Jackson came from a family of singers. Kind of. His father could, he could play. He could guitar and all. He could play an instrument. So
as great as a musician.
And it's another typical example. Michael Jackson, his father beat into him, but he became such a great. Look, became like literally, arguably the greatest performer, entertainer, sort of like when it comes to music, like when pop wise, the best of all time, and one of the best of all time. So.
Oh, absolutely, man. Michael Jackson was one of the best performers of all time. Music wise, man. Yeah, pop star, probably the best of all time, man. Because everybody knows who MJ is. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Michael Jackson, while he was super, super talented, he was a hard worker because of what his dad did to him. You saw later on in life, though, man, with the Neverland Ranch and stuff, bro. He was trying to relive his childhood. He didn't have a childhood. He didn't have a childhood.
No point.
It was business. It was business from an early age, man. And unfortunately, man, who really knows? Here's the thing. It was a blessing that we were able to have Michael Jackson as a performer, right? But who knows if that was really ever what he wanted to do. See, Joe Jackson beat the shit out of him, man.
I know.
Yeah, bro. Like
it was great. It was ugly how he did. And all these kids, but like Tito Jackson and all of them, like Jermaine and them. But Michael.
Look at David Goggins' father, man. But here's the thing, David Goggins. Look what he turned out for because of his dad. That's an important thing too.
Sometimes being strict can help you. Pressure can make you better, which is why I don't want to be specifically better on pressure that's not really productive for you, and what you want to do also on pressure, like your parents to pressure you to do good, and you actually do good. So we can touch on that as well. That's actually one of my talking points. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Like you're saying,
David Goggins' father might have been worse than Joe Jackson. Like
really?
David Goggins' father. If you actually listen to the book, if you listen to that book, Can't Hurt Me, or read it. Man, like his dad was like the devil in like human form, man. Like I don't even want to get into some of the stuff that happened in that book.
Yeah, man. That's not it. Let's save stuff for better years and years. And for like another episode.
The stuff that he went through, man. Like is wild, man. And the thing is, but he said it made him who he was, because David Goggins is by a lot of people is considered like the hardest man on earth. This dude is like ridiculous. He does things that other dudes will never like. Any other
the guy is not human almost. It's almost he does things that no one can do.
Like
the way he runs, trains, like his feet are fucked up with blisters. His hands look all messed up. He's always up there. He's like a mountain climber, rock climber / runner. Like I don't know what he is, but he does everything, dude. He does it all. He runs every day. He's in peak shape. I mean, the hardest man. He's the hardest man alive and the hardcore motherfucker. I mean, not necessarily the strongest, not the toughest. You know what I mean? Like the toughest in that sense, but probably has amazing cardio. I mean, clearly does. Not necessarily the best fighter, just one of the best, ever. He's one of the GOATs in his profession.
He is.
Motivation, inspiration, positive. I mean, he just does that. But I mean, that's the thing. Exactly. Also, don't be pressured. Don't compare yourself to him. You're not. I mean, I'm not him. You're not him either. Neither of us. Nobody else that we know. So you be like, I don't want to be the next David Goggins. I'm trying to be the first George.
Next George Menchai, yeah.
And you're the first Stephen Ushler, as far as you know, right?
Right.
Unless you're the junior, so that's a different story. But you're the first Stephen Ushler. Your brother's the first Dylan Ushler. We don't gotta be like, I don't want to be the next, such and such, the next, Pele, the next Tupac, whatever, next David Goggins, the next great fighter, like whatever, like GSP, Anderson Silva, McGregor. I want to be the first me, so you should be the first you. You know what I mean? But it's good to draw inspiration and see what the fuck other guys, they're GOATs, consider GOATs, what they're doing, to draw a little like a reference a little.
Yeah, it's okay to take inspiration from other people, but you can never be exactly like that person. That's the thing. And if you guys don't know who David Goggins is, search him up. Dude's a monster. But no, an important point though, how I was saying about forgiveness is he said all those years later, he actually sat down with his dad at a diner. It was a tough day to face him because it was after David Goggins had already been successful. He went through Hell Week. He went through 3 Hell Weeks. He became a Navy SEAL. He was a super marathon runner, an ultra marathon runner. And at this point, he was super successful in his career and his life. And he, everything was going well. He sat down with his dad who used to beat the shit out of him, right? Like nowadays, people would think oh, he's going to crush this dude now, right? Like, no. He met up with his dad. He said his dad was still kind of the same way when he saw him, but he actually grabbed him, put his hand on his shoulders and said, "I forgive you, Dad." Like he said it was a very important day. Like after all that, to sit down and forgive him. He's like, because I can't hold this hatred in me anymore. Like he hated that man all of his life because of what he did, but he forgave him. Like that's the toughest thing we can do is forgive somebody. And
yeah, it's hard.
Shout out to your boy Eli down there. Eli, he said y'all speak the truth.
Ezekiel,
yes,
what up, Eli? Y'all speaking the truth. Y'all seen it. I peeped Eli.
Facts. Yeah, man. But it's important. It's important to just do what you do. Like Heath always says, do what you do. back and forth. Man, but
and that's the thing. I also want to touch on that a little bit. And so we spoke about parental control a little, and about sometimes your parents, they can, literally, virtually and beat, literally, beat the shit out of you, and also trying to push you to do better. So that pressure could be good. It can also be a little bad or detrimental. At times, even a little too much. Like, he make you quote unquote, too much rely on your parents. Too needy, too immature, too much of a mama's boy, a simp. Some people say simp too. That's also they say when you're raised by a single mom, a lot of times you may turn to a simp. Depending on what method she uses. But that's a whole different category topic, and we're not really
whole nother day, whole nother
vibe, whole nother everything. Perception. Virtual reality, actuality, because we're talking facts. This ain't just reality, this is reality, but it's actuality. If you know the difference, well, guess what? Google that too.
Yeah.
Remember, the guy that jumps facts and keeps going, And as you guys know, this is the show never ends. But now, what we're trying to really say is that basically just trying to understand, about how society works and just kind of be, honestly, in a way, be a little more private too. It's okay to show what you got to do, but, and what you do, but kind of be your own man, be productive, but be more like a solid professional, because I think that helps a lot. It's more useful at times. And you mentioned that, Steve, earlier and in past episodes, that sometimes, that could be a little, a good way to do things, and to how to, build something, whether it's, wealth, or trying to give your life better, or generational wealth, or money, or getting new jobs. Don't be too out there quick to put it out, because sometimes your mouth and you're actually doing too much can, slow down, your process of things, you know what I mean? And you could slow down your blessings and even stop your blessings. But also, it is good every now and then to boast a little if you want, or just, show off a little. I mean, we do live in an era where everybody wants to show off everything, even their food they eat. That's just how it is. It's like a cool thing now.
Yeah.
On IG and Facebook and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. You manifest your own energy, man.
Right. Females show, the graph when they're pregnant. I mean, people do it, but some females don't do that though. Some women don't do that. Some do. It's like, to each their own. But I mean, it is good to kind of, keep it a little. Trust me, in the long run, it's a little more. It's useful. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention a little earlier. You mentioned something about the parent. What you said just earlier, like something about verbatim. You're like, sometimes the parent might want to leave through them, and the kid makes the kid do things they want to do. The fan, Gil Renard.
So and so is getting married. Why aren't you getting married? So and so's having kids. Why aren't you?
Oh, that we hear that on a regular. I'm sure all of us have heard that. Hey, Steve, Frank got married. Why don't you get married? How we gonna get married, huh? my aunt asked me the other day. My niece asked me the other day, like maybe like a week ago, something like that. We gonna get married? I'm like, well, when the time is right. I always got the best comeback answer. It's a simple one word kills the whole conversation. I just walk off. I don't even get into like too much. Well, I gotta fight this and that. Like, I got
some people. Some people were lucky. Some people get into relationships and it works out early on. You know what I mean? Like they find their soulmate at an early age, and that's completely fine. And there's some people that find their soulmate when they're like in their late 20s. Some people find their soulmate and they wind up getting married when they're in their 30s or whatever the case. Some people in their 40s, like whatever it is. Some people never get married. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's life is different. That's the thing. Like, there's factors at play, like all the time. Like, somebody could have been with someone for 7 years, right, since high school, and they think they're gonna get married, and then guess what? They find out the person cheated on them, and then guess what? Somebody looks at them. Well, you're not married yet. Well, did they think they were gonna get cheated on? That's the thing. Like, people never ever really look at the circumstances. Look, what are you gonna do? You're gonna marry the person who cheated on you? Like, come on, it makes no sense. Or like do a career thing. Like maybe you don't realize what your purpose in life is till a little later on. Like there's some people that realize it when they're young, or some people worked in jobs. They went to college to work in jobs that they don't even like. They're just doing it for the money. And here's the thing. You can do that. You can do that for 40, 45 years till you're 65 years old and retire. But here's the thing. If you're in a negative mindset your entire life, what's the point? We only get one chance at this thing called life. We only get one chance at it. Why not do stuff that you're passionate about and that you love? And you can also make money. There's always ways you can make money. Guys, if you want to find out ways to make passive income, we're going to have an episode on it. So you can always make money. Money will be there if you're passionate about what you do. And you can always make side hustle money and passive income.
About making money. We are capitalists at the end of the day. I mean, I know I'm a capitalist. I don't give a fuck about all the other stuff. I got to make money and do my thing, So at the end of the day, bro, it's good to, have morals and all that. And everything else. Yo, you see this, bro? Nazi Party, Adolf Hitler, and Ku Klux Klan, 666.
I don't know who that is, man. I don't know if someone's played a joke. Wow. I don't know who it is, man. Just let it look. Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm not even going to display that on just because their name is fucking offensive. And
damn, this is a really fucked up name. Yeah, I don't want to say name. But well, do yourself a favor, Nazi Party. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. And eat a dick on the way out, too. Okay, there we go.
So here you go. We said comments in. Like,
all right, guys, real quick, right? This is the first time this happened. Somebody with a really fucked up name that we don't want to say right now.
I don't want to get that.
We don't want to. No, because we don't want to give it a breathing space. They didn't mention that. They're just talking shit. So, yeah, like I said, go fuck yourself and don't knock yourself in the head.
It is what
we don't need you. Bye-bye. What was I gonna say now? Oh yeah. How about that, bro? So like I said, man, you gotta kind of like just go forward and just do you, make money and all that, but at the same time, you gotta also focus on what's important in life, and you can kind of see a little bit of like get some references, for what's going on, because not everything society says is always, just far-fetched or wrong or not the way you thinking, or a little outdated, but you gotta always evolve and keep an updated mind, and that's the thing. Society sometimes, the community, some evolve, some don't, but at the end of the day, bro, you're not living for society community. It's just what's out there. You got to do what you want to do, and what you want to, like I said, what you want to sort of like focus on and focus your energy on. So,
absolutely, man. Focus on your energy, manifest it. Well, I actually have to get the hoodies, the manifest hoodies, like the hoodies that are black and they got the white words like manifest. Manifest your destiny, guys. Surround yourself with the people who are going to uplift your dreams, who are like-minded. Surround yourself with the people that are going to help you grow. Be around like-minded individuals, people that are moving like towards big things. I think it's important, guys. Like I always say that having like people in your circle that are going to
just push you the right way.
Power move. I see you. I see what you did down there.
Class, bro. I did that, and don't worry about it. Like I said what I said, bro. I ain't taking nothing back. fuck those lames. But yeah, I have to do something real quick. But anyway, so no, bro, for sure, bro. Like I said, man, even the whole thing, you're making power moves. You think the guys that want to be successful really listen to society like that? David Los Moranos, Zuniga, of course, David Goggins. I mean, the Wolf of Wall Street. Although that's not a great example because he ended up being a wolf. But I'm just saying, people like that, like inspirational people. I mean, I know some people hate on all that, but I mean, for real, even the big names and the big men of power, even this globalist and all this other shit that that we talk about that we know about. We might not necessarily agree with what they do, but I mean, they're also people that went forward for it and they do what they did,
Yeah. I'm like we can learn a lesson or two from them. You never be that person, but you can always learn inspiration from people. You see it all the time, like people that have gone through struggling circumstances. They look at somebody like David Goggins, or even The Rock at the time, like when he was younger. They just look and see what these people became, and it's just like huge inspiration. I don't know if you know The Rock's story, but The Rock, his father was a wrestler as well. And The Rock,
he's another one that kind of came from the family and was pretty much very into it and became really successful on his own. And now he's like a millionaire, makes millions in Hollywood. Of course, is a really inspirational guy.
Yeah, he played for I think he was down in Miami. He hurt his knee. Played for the Calgary Stampeders, and then he was cleaning his apartment. If you guys can actually look up the story, but anyway, he told his dad that he was done with football. His dad's like, "What do you mean? You're gonna throw your life away?" He's like, "Nah, I want to get into the wrestling business." His dad told him, "No, you're throwing your life away." And he's like, "Dad, I either need you to train me, or I need you to just be quiet and not train me." So his dad said, "All right, I'll train you." Guess what? It was the best decision he ever made. Because guess what? He's like, you're gonna throw. He didn't want him to be a wrestler like him. He's like, you're gonna throw your life away. Nah, be a football player. Go to the NFL. That's where the money's at. And The Rock, I think
he did want to go to the NFL because The Rock played a little football, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but I think he was actually beat out by Warren Sapp. You know that?
I heard a little backstory now. I never knew how true he was. I guess it is true though. So he never. So he didn't get drafted because.
Yeah. The whole thing was Warren Sapp had told him, I'm gonna come into this. I'm gonna take your effing spot. He's like,
Warren Sapp was
The Rock told him, that's funny and that's cute, but you ain't taking my spot. And he said, he's like, I got my ass kicked and took my spot. Not his ass kicked, like physically fought, but he beat him out for a position on the team. He's like,
it was just Warren Sapp was just really good, and The Rock was good too. He just two people the same, ambition, the same place. He had to be one, and he just happened to be Warren Sapp because The Rock would have been a great football player too, and he actually is because he's done movies when he played a coach, like what is it? I forgot his name.
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang. Very good movie. Solid. Another, you know what? We should do like a movie night one day and watch movies from like the 2000s because I mean that's actually an excellent movie that came out in like the 2000s. Another one being a little funny one, but like Bench Warmers. That was a really funny one. Remember that? Bench Warmers.
Yeah, with Rob Schneider and John Heater and David Spade.
A couple other guys. Yeah, right. So that's another good one. But yeah, definitely. Like Gridiron Gang is also a very special movie. So The Rock it's almost like he played those roles great. And then of course with the Fast and Furious series, he got really, even more popular than he had. His stock went up, but he was always great because of wrestling, and a lot of people looked up to him since then. And he's also a very unique story and a very good story, You
know what draws me to The Rock? His energy. The Rock always has great energy, man. He's charismatic. He's got solid energy. That's why he can motivate a lot of people, man. He's got good energy and he's got charisma. Not everybody. Here's the thing: not all of us are naturally born to have great charisma.
He has everything you need for that.
Yeah, no, he's got good charisma, man. He's a motivator. That's the thing. Good energy all the time. I mean, we don't always know. I mean, The Rock, I'm sure he gets pissed off just like other people, man. You obviously ain't gonna see that portion of him, but that's the thing. Like,
he knows how to hide it well.
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm like, hey, man, we're all human. Nobody's a perfect individual, but he usually has good energy.
Right. Yeah, bro, exactly. And again, there's more people like The Rock. I mean, a lot of people there that, again, society call it one thing, they did on their own. Some people call you rebellious, going against society, going against this and the rules. But who's to say that that's the only rules, that's the only way? There's never really the only way. I mean, there's many ways, an infinite way of ways to do, methods or whatever to, to kind of accomplish, how you do and how to, like, do this thing in life, this thing called life, do your journey. I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of comes down to like, nobody can live life. You got to live life for yourself and know how to do everything, and and kind of like, you know, from there, like, sort of like navigate, write your life, make your own path, start to be great, take out new things. I told you, I'm doing a lot of things these days to, check into like blogging more, selling stuff online, DJing again, and all that. I was back in the studio actually one time, recently. It's just like a couple, maybe a week ago or something like that, week and a half now. I was actually in the studio. I was just chilling here, bro. blazed as hell, bro. We're hanging out. My boys recorded something, but they say it's not finished though. I was just there, studios chilling. I wrote something. I recorded it, but I wrote something that was there. I heard some kind of beat. All right, cool. It had been a long time. It'd been before the first time, like since like maybe like COVID, but before that it was like 2019, early 2020 maybe. So it'd been over a year, almost going on 2 years.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just wanted to bring to your attention since the time restraint with the 747. I know you said
yeah, I know.
You had
I'm gonna head out in a little bit. I got another like few minutes and all that.
Okay.
So I think we kind of mentioned a lot, bro. Society's rules. Also, like another one, for example, is like the rules as far as like guidelines and pressure. That like pressure, for example, like financial pressure to make more money, to do this and that, and it comes down to like also kind of connects a little with the whole budget episode that we did and saving money, which we'll do another part probably. But you got to know how to like save money, trying to work as much as you can. Don't be pressured if you don't have the money right away. Just save, look for better opportunities, passive income. It all can help you. And again, pressure, for example, like other ways of to talk about pressure. And this is like other topics, but we dove a little. Like in school, pressure to perform well, pressure to be a good athlete. What I mean? We could probably mention some of this stuff in other episodes, but kind of the same thing. Just kind of like just be you. Don't let the odds take you down or throw you off your focus. I think that kind of goes hand to hand with how to deal with a lot of pressures in everywhere. Because pressure is just everyday life. Life could be pressure. It's to live is like to go through a lot. It's like to suffer almost.
Yeah, life ain't easy, man.
You gotta survive to suffer. To survive the suffering. That's like the meaning. Like yeah, life ain't easy. That's why they say life is not easy. It's not fair. Who says fair?
What did Rocky say? Well, Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone and Rocky. Yeah.
He said
Rocky Balboa, right?
The famous clip. He's like, life ain't all. Let me tell you something you already know. Life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean, cold, nasty place, and it will beat you down and keep you there if you let it.
If you let it, yep. It's like it beats you down to the core.
It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get back up. That's how winning is done.
Yeah, and it's funny because it connects to like boxing because Rocky was a boxer, obviously. So it's like if you get knocked down, you get back up, and it's like metaphorically, but he's kind of like it's like pun intended too because he's like no pun intended, but it is pun intended. He made a comparison of life to like being in the ring or in boxing because it is part of life, of course. And Rocky was a solid guy, and obviously he's a good boxer. So it's almost like he'd been through a lot, and he was telling the clip to his son. Yeah, that's a very famous movie clip from Rocky Balboa, the 2006 movie Rocky Balboa, which was like the 6th movie of the Rocky series, and it was like almost like a little offspring, kind of like another type of,
Yeah. It's when Rocky's talking to his kid.
To his son. Yeah.
Yep, his son.
His oldest son. Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me see. I'm about to get ready. Let me see. I think we covered a good amount. We could probably start. We got a few minutes. We could definitely chill out 2 minutes. Yeah, back to what I was saying earlier, man. So what do you think about that? So as far as the whole Jay-Z, the whole media thing, the internet is going crazy. Mad controversy, mad talk. People are asking about the thing. Can anybody really beat Jay-Z in the verses or just kind of stand up to him and be up there with him? I think some people can, because everybody wants to see Nas, but I think it should be LL Cool J. That's what I think should be, if you ask me. If he's not Kanye West, which I don't think he's going to beat Kanye, although Kanye could probably somewhat contend with Jay-Z, but not really. Jay-Z still got too many hits. And some hits they have together, so it's like either one of them can kind of do it. There'll be a friendly versus Jay-Z versus Kanye. Jay-Z should go against Nas or LL Cool J. That's what I think.
Are you talking lyrically, just like lyrics wise?
No, not lyrics. We're talking about verses. We're not talking about who's better. We're talking about strictly they did a verses. He didn't say nothing about lyrics. Verses doesn't have to be about lyrics. It's about hits, catalog, who got the hits and how they put the hits, who can kind of what hit with what, how the crowd reacts. It's a lot goes in verses, not just about hits, but they all got number ones. And both Jay-Z and Nas got some great legends and legendary tracks and hits. And LL Cool J and Jay-Z, it's very evenly matched. They're both kind of like similar era. LL Cool J a little first, a little before, but they're like right there, kind of like neck and neck, both two giants. It's for the culture, I think they'll be a good one, Yeah. Who do you think should should like go against?
Who do I think he should go against? I think that's actually a good point. LL Cool J, man. That actually is a nice comparison right there, man. It's like the same era. It's like lyrically,
close to same era. They're both very lyrical. Both have done some hits. Jay-Z did a lot. Probably. LL was first. Jay-Z was on top just as long as LL, maybe even longer. But LL did everything Jay-Z did way before though. So it's like it could be so close. We're not talking about necessarily who's like better or had the overall better career, but maybe this career with like hits. Jay-Z might have more number one hits, but LL had some huge ones. So I think that makes sense. Another good one would be Nas. Possibly even like a Snoop or like Scarface and some other big time names, legends,
Kanye. Yeah.
Kanye's another one. They just said Lil Wayne, which I agree, but I just Jay-Z got too much for Lil Wayne. But that would be a decent one. I'd rather see Lil Wayne with like Eminem, with like Ludacris, T.I., maybe 50 Cent or Lil Wayne, what's his name, like a versus against like Future, possibly his boy Drake. I don't want to see like Wayne and Jay-Z per se. I just think LL Cool J and Nas are better. Maybe Kanye, because Kanye's got so much history with Jay-Z, and there's some similarities there. You know?
Right? Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, he's I think a good comparison.
Jada Kiss is a good candidate. They're saying Busta Rhymes. I mean, Beanie Siegel, but he don't got enough hits for Jay, I feel like, and he was under his shadow.
What they used to say, lazy Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks didn't really put the work in, but I'll say Lloyd Banks lyrically,
some nice hits though.
Lyrically,
hits.
He was good lyrically though. Like
but everybody uses a lot of features, bro. So don't forget, like if Jay-Z and Beanie do one, Beanie Siegel could use a lot of features that Jay-Z's been in, or vice versa, like features that he was in Jay's song, and Jay could do the same thing. But he could be so prideful and he was to crush somebody. He could literally not play no songs that with Beanie Siegel. Play shit with Kanye. He could play the Paris track. He could play what's it called, the album, like Watch the Throne, even the album with Beyonce, even like what could Nas with Beanie Siegel, or even like Snoop counter when he has like Bonnie and Clyde. Some could counter. LL Cool J got a lot of ladies tracks too, so they can really go. They're both really good commercial artists. They can really go like really well. That's why I think LL is the best candidate. And some people feel like 50 can do it really. Kanye, not really. Lil Wayne, no. Like Game, Luda, none of these guys can do it. Fabulous, Ja Rule, nobody. But only like Nas. People think like Nas, because of the battle. They'll be bringing back the battle from 2001 to here. Except this time they're just like kind of cool, doing a little, YouTube, live verses on IG. So like an internet show, but it's like an actual show. And you'll be down the right way too. You'll be like,
who another
New York, the Michael Buffer doing that, like the Locks and Dipset did. You'll be a very big.
Yeah, this is another New York rapper. I mean, he obviously don't have no type of catalog like Jay-Z, obviously, man. He's more of an underground. But remember Papoose?
Yeah.
Papoose, New York.
Of course. He's still around.
He's lyrically good, too.
Yeah. If it was like a battle lyrical thing, just for like going by bars and ciphers and lyrics, I would say Papoose and Jay would be a really good one. But if we're talking about like crazy hits, obviously never career Jay-Z in the hit.
Yeah, obviously.
Song, so Papoose it wouldn't really be a great. Papoose could go with like a Cassidy, possibly like, I don't know, maybe like a Gilly, maybe like.
Yeah, you remember he went against Fat Joe. Papoose. Yeah, they went against Fat Joe back in the day in the Terror Squad.
Oh, I thought you saying the verses. No, yeah, they had some beef back in the day.
Yeah, no, they had some beef. Yeah.
Because he's going with Remy, so it's like, but those situations got squashed. They're cool now. And that was like when Fat Joe beef with 50 Cent. But yeah, him and Papoose, I do know the story. That's actually good, Steve. Definitely good, good point. Very good, good sort of like insight to bring up there. Kind of no beef back in the day, but yeah, when 50 Cent and Fat Joe beef, he had beef with Papoose, but it was squashed. And then obviously he helped bring him up down when she's in jail, and they're married and all that. So big shout out to Papoose. He's actually my favorite rapper. People don't know that. I used to fuck with Papoose and listen to his shit back in like 05, 06, before that even, you know what I mean? But he was out for a little, just never had too many big hits. He had a couple hits and a couple features, but not enough to really do a big versus with like one of the top rappers. And if he did, he'd be out-ammunitioned and outmatched. I mean,
And you know what? I'm not sure Papoose ever cared about the fame or any of that shit either. I don't really think he ever did, bro.
No, not too much.
He was one of those guys that never cared about all that.
Right.
He never cared about it. So, nah, for real. Real quick, I know before we wrap up, and as we keep talking about this, I just want to give a shout out to all of our gift card winners tonight. We are still in the process of picking our 8th winner, who will be the final gift card. There's a couple of people that I think commented after I told them that they could. I was like, hey, we're still trying to give away that 8th one. So we'll look over and we'll probably release that and like send that off tonight. But shout out to Candace Scott. Shout out to Mike Akins, who was commenting in here. Shout out to
Eli. Shout out to Rich, Marius.
I'm saying the gift card winners.
The gift card winners.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. So like I was just saying, like Candace Scott, we can shout out them too who commented, but Candace Scott, she won a Target gift card. Marius Raffaelli, he won a Dunkin' gift card. Larry Powell won a Wawa gift card. Ryan Lee won a Wawa gift card. Jessica Rhodes won a Starbucks gift card. Izzy, he won a Starbucks gift card. Mike Akins won a Dunkin' gift card. So I believe that is all 7, if I'm not mistaken. And we do have one more Target gift card that we can give away. So guys, just on here, I'll still let some more comments I'll still let you guys, I'll give you guys till, let's say like 8:30. Because other people have already commented before we use the randomizer to choose. But guys, you'll have till 8:30. If you guys haven't already, go to our gift card post on Facebook. You have to follow the page already, which, I mean, if you're on the page, you probably are already following. Like the post and tag 3 people. Try not to tag me or George. I know some people have, we let it go, but, the whole point is just to market our page. So just try to tag 3 people in the post, and you'll be in the running. You'll be in the running for a Target gift card. So, guys, you can comment, and win yourself a gift card for the holidays.
Yeah. So real quick, Steve, I just want to say a few things. Actually, I do gotta go, bro. Like, I'm probably gonna just wrap it up now. You can actually finish, and if you wanna end the live on your own. I mean, I'm only gonna be on for a few minutes, so I mean, if you want to stay on 2 minutes, it's fine, or 5 minutes. Guys, just check out for the next episode. We'll probably do one more. It seems like we're gonna do one. It might be on a Wednesday, so look out for that. Me and Steve, I also possibly, we talked about this behind the scenes. We might do a little mini collab on a live stream, just like a little kind of catching up and talking to the audience a little, and engaging the crowd. And you can also be on the Locked In Podcast page on Facebook. I'm sorry, on IG. It could be or just me and Steve on our accounts. Also, be on the lookout on January. It looks like it's gonna be a good month, bro. Some, might be going to a place. We're gonna do some like an expo and some book signings and all that. So I might do some videos from there and put some stuff online and to show you guys and the viewers. And there's a good possibility. I don't know exactly yet, but there's a good possibility that we might do a show, possibly like out in an event out. It might be a little out there and all that. So it's gonna be like outside out of like not outdoors per se, but out and about, like in AC, at one of the casinos there, because one of my friends there is in talks with with the Hard Rock Casino, trying figure out a few things, So they're gonna be going in New York, AC, Florida, and either even later on in Vegas and all that. But mostly it's gonna be in AC for the casino meetings and all that. And we may be doing a show there somewhere. It's a Hall of Fame inauguration type of thing. People are gonna be putting the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. It's an expo. I believe it's called the Martial Arts Expo in AC. It's yearly. It's annually. I'm not sure if it's exactly that one, but it's definitely an annual one. And this is like one of those shows and one of those events. It'll be like a 3-day thing. But I'm only gonna be there 2 nights. The third day I might just be there to chill. You, Steve, if you do come and if you do make this happen, you can even stay one night if you want to. So we kind of like we'll make sure everything's
yeah, absolutely.
So obviously we got a lot of time in front of us, but it's basically the 27th, 28th, 29th, which falls on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So slowly, but AC is around the corner anyway. It's literally not that far from Philly, so I mean it's not like you couldn't go there and stay there. I want to stay there for like 2-3 nights, so.
Yeah, we can get Todd on the collab with us out there, man. Todd already said he's.
That'll be really nice. I want to get Todd, your boy Todd, maybe even Bryce in one of his future episodes, and we might even have my boy Eric come in because he's getting put in all of inducted in Hall of Fame, so it's gonna be a big deal, Dan Carnegie's gonna be there. Shout out to my man Dan, my homie Dan. A couple other guys, Dave, my boy Dave Julian, who actually he's gonna watch the show on the rebroadcast. He's at work now. He's gonna watch the show later. He said. So good stuff, man. So that's all to say. So shout out to everybody and our friends, and thanks to our supporters for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of dip off, but I look forward to collabing again, bro, and we'll do something this week probably, if like a small mini video chat, and then maybe like it's gonna be on Wednesday because I believe Wednesday falls on the 29th, so the 30th to 31st is gonna be a little too, might have to go on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll yeah, absolutely. I'll wrap up here as well. If you guys don't like to be honest, I think we kind of covered everything, gave our shout outs, gave our pieces, but we can wrap up here. We're a little over an hour actually. So it is 8 o'clock. Guys, just want to George, just want to wish you a Merry Christmas, man. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Same, bro. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Great, enjoy the holiday, bro. We will see each other probably right after Christmas, and obviously do some Zoom and video meetings and all that. But we'll see each other. And in New Year's Eve, maybe we can show around like New Year's if we did less time. There might be some parties, so we'll see. That's like the 31st. That's like in another week or so, in a couple of days, but. It's almost over, man. 2021 is almost over, so it's 2021, and be yourself, be true, and be you. Be the best, and fuck the rest. And just try to enjoy life and enjoy the holidays, And it's been a pleasure, my bro. You know what I mean? Good stuff, man. Shout out to you as well. And salute, and we will talk, okay?
All right, buddy.
All right, guys.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
All right, guys. So George is off. Just want to give my final comments, guys. Just want to wish every single one of you a very, very happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever it is. But have a Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays. And we will see you guys next week. If you're driving, stay safe. But we will talk to you guys next week. Peace.